Elijah Mitchell, his main backup, is out of the lineup again tonight. Purdy to the air for the first time. Brandon Ayuk, who's been on a roll to start this season. Got about 9 as the Cowboys converge. It comes with a little bit of a caveat. 1st and 10. And Purdy to the air again. And Ayuk one more time in space at the 33-yard line. And a terrific opening drive for the 49ers. So again, 2nd and short. 2nd and 1. McCaffrey. Patient. 1st down. Patient and physical. Downs. From the 19, 5 to the pattern for Purdy, who escapes and fires end zone. Touchdown, Kittle. Best defense in the league last year in points and yards allowed. Great start this year. On 3rd down, they get to Prescott, and it's Nick Bosa. With just his 2nd sack of the year, he's been getting close. Finally breaks through. After the loss of 2, there's a toss to Deebo Samuel wide into the backfield, turning the corner and getting about 10 yards on that as he's bumped out of bounds. 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down. Lined up across from Trent Williams. Good against good. Purdy on the boot. Juszczyk on the catch. Harvard in the house. 1st down at the 31-yard line. Gain of 9.
Got him standing up all over the place.
And they're going to drop. Parsons was in there, and Micah Parsons helps bust that play up right away. Had some missing pieces in the offensive line. This is the group they want, the group they have back. And Pollard, good job by Pollard to find some space. Lost the football, was it in bounds, or did it go out of bounds? It is recovered. Samuel comes to the left of quarterback Brock Purdy. He'll give to McCaffrey, and an opening up the middle. Christian McCaffrey, shoulder down, down to the 2. The ball come out. Dallas says they have the ball. And now the officials are just running into this. The line judge, Robin DiLorenzo, is coming into.
What happened was that McCaffrey lands right on top of Lewis, so nothing ever hit the ground. So as he was grabbing it out, the ball lands in his lap, and I think that is a pretty clear fumble.
It's Lamb in motion. Cowboys seeking the game's first down for Dallas. Dak has to pump. Pumps again. Trying to get away. Not getting away from Fred Warner. Back-to-back big plays by Warner. End series for the Cowboys.
Lost control of their body. Not him. Jumped up and made the sack.
After razzle-dazzle. Purdy. Coming out. Kittle. In empty space. Kittle, number 2. Touchdown, San Francisco. Through the first month of the season. Use the speed, get to the edge. Brandon Cooks popping to the outside. And that gives the Cowboys perhaps their first down. Let's check that mark. We'll see if the offense can get settled in. Down 14. Dak moving the pocket. The throw on the right sideline to Cooks is brought in at the 45-yard line. And will be a Dallas first down. Man rush. They're coming after it. Dak got rid of it. There goes Jake Ferguson for the first down. Pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Good looking throw to the 2nd-year man out of Wisconsin. Speedy Turpin in motion, heading downfield. Dak throwing that way. Turpin got it! Touchdown! What a play! Speed on display. Cavante Turpin gets the Cowboys on the board. You know, he is disappointed. Fumbled earlier in this quarter. As Purdy goes to her, and it's caught by Ayuk at the 40-yard line. And a nice throw for 15. Here's Melissa.
Marvian overshown, but he ends up hurting. Everybody had to fill in behind.
Griswold pressure on screen coming. McCaffrey's got blockers. Sifting through. McCaffrey on the run. Inside the 25. And he'll take it to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 21. McCaffrey a break. Jordan Mason in. Mason's got the carry. And Mason with a good opening for that offensive line. Inside the 15-yard line to the 14. That's 8 on first down.
On the field by using that motion just like they're doing here.
1st and goal. Purdy. Deebo. Big hit. Now finally finished down at the 1-yard line. Man, they are popping pads. Damone Clark had the first shot. McCaffrey to the goal line. 14 straight games with a touchdown. The Turpin in return. Prescott gets away, throws, and CeeDee Lamb is open with some space to Niner territory to the 36-yard line. They'll run inside with Dowdle. He will not get away. Drafted by the MLS in soccer. First year as an NFL kicker, has continued to be sharp. The very first game of his career. Blocking now from Brock Purdy, who throws in the middle. Perfect throw. Ayuk with a catch to the 43-yard line. Ayuk's upset. He thought he was going to go longer. In coverage. Jordan Lewis back in. Third down, Purdy throwing in the middle. This time it's Deebo Samuel. He's off and running. Samuel inside the 20. Knocked down at the 18-yard line. And Purdy's accuracy continues to be outstanding.
Basically eliminate them as pass rushers as well.
3rd and 2. Purdy got a block. Goes end zone. Hat trick. Kittle's first 3-touchdown game of his NFL career. 2nd and 4. Inside run. Tony Pollard get a first down. A little bit more power to get out to the 3rd. He was calling college football for ESPN. And as you know, the rest is becoming history. Dak trying to make something happen. Downfield, intercepted to Sean Gibson. Caught it like a punch, and he's got a ton of room here. Coming back down at the 37-yard line. 3rd and 2 here. The former Iowa State quarterback. Cowboys bring an extra man. Purdy's going to fire, and Jawan Jennings got it at the 23-yard line. And he'll pick up the first down.
I don't know. I tend to look at this 49ers team and think it's one of the best teams, if not the best in the world.
Juszczyk working inside to the 2, to the 1. They push him towards the goal line. And he's down at the 1. 2nd and goal. Will play pass. Purdy. Juszczyk. Touchdown.
He's reading those offensive linemen, and he knows when they're in that pass set, he's out of there.
There goes again. Going inside, deflected, and Warner comes up with a deflected interception. Diamador Lenore had the coverage. Warner's got the pick at the 26-yard line. The 3rd turnover of the Cowboys, and back-to-back drives with a pick. Tapping into what was Kobe Bryant's special quality of pushing himself to the end zone. Jordan Mason, touchdown, San Francisco.
Seen him a month later now, and obviously this defense a little too much for this offense.
Screen Pollard, pushing forward, got a big block from beyond it, and takes off to the 42-yard line.
Tonight was not their night.
Out quick on the slant, Oren Burks comes up with the interception. The 3rd interception of the night. Thrown by Prescott, and the former Green Bay Packer comes up with the pick. Drive for Sam Darnold, who's only seen mop-up duty so far in 3 games, and Tyrion Davis-Price is anybody. Give it to him for Sam. Against a team that so many memories have been created for fans, Cowboys and Niners over the years.
But you know, it's really interesting that Kyle Shanahan, I thought the 49ers would play well out here tonight. I didn't think they would be this dominant. I just didn't. And for me, I always get excited watching defensive football.
Especially if Vegas beats Green Bay in the Monday Nighter tomorrow night. Darnold to a knee, and this one to the books. Dominant performance, 15 in a row in the regular season. We tie Niners history. That's a pretty sporty accomplishment.